Hello everyone, so today's video is going to be about the SILAS OTK warrior. As always, if you want to skip the deck discussion, you can look ahead in the chapters, and if not, allow me to go over the deck. So Orange Hearthstone, a professional player, tweeted about SILAS OTK and said he had like an 81% win rate. He was like very confident in it and was doing insanely well with the deck. So that is what inspired me to try it, as well as a lot of other people. So I think he single-handedly boosted the popularity of this deck, and particularly this list. So normally we're used to seeing the deck with Evil Quartermaster and not with Zephyrus. So it's definitely a little different, but this one's been performing really well for a lot of people. I'm going to start adding a little bit of structure to these deck discussions. So first we'll go over the general strategy, then we'll do the mulligans, then we'll do some replacement cards, some tips, and then we'll go over the matchup so you guys have an idea of how this is going to go. So to start out, the general strategy and win conditions of the deck. There are two win conditions, basically, kind of three. The first win condition is actually the OTK, the one-turn kill. I sometimes get asked what OTK stands for. It's a combination of cards killing your opponent in one turn. So there's that. And then there's also the Rattlegore win condition. Sometimes decks simply cannot answer the Rattlegore. So if you land a Rattlegore and you copy him with the Bloodsworn Mercenary, that's a win condition in itself. And then the third win condition is like basically outlasting aggro, right? If you just gain a whole bunch of armor by doing a Risky Skipper, Armorsmith, copy the Armorsmith play, you're just gaining so much life that often the aggro deck can just run out of steam. But to discuss the real win condition of the deck, the OTK, which I will admit doesn't always happen. Like you often win in other ways, but sometimes the OTK does actually get you there. So what you have to do is gain a whole bunch of armor throughout the game, grab the Soulbound Ashtongue and the SILAS Darkmoon, and you're basically going to give the Ashtongue to your opponent by rotating it to their side of the board with the SILAS Darkmoon, and then you're going to shield slam this Ashtongue for, probably 30 damage, because you've gained 30, 40 armor, something ridiculous. Ashtongue reads, whenever this minion takes damage, also deal that much to your hero. So you give him this, you shield slam it, and it's really cool. It's a fun combo. So I would say those are the three. Like it's Rattlegore, OTK, but then like I said, you can really just outlast aggro decks. Sometimes you're going, you can win by just stealing something absolutely crucial with SILAS and it gains you so much tempo. Like you can definitely win in other ways, but those are the general ideas. Moving on to the mulligan strategy. So as Orange was tweeting about the deck, he also tweeted about the mulligans and some tips. So a lot of this knowledge is coming from him. I did utilize this myself when I took it to ladder, so make sure you give Orange a follow and watch his Twitch stream. So to start out, Anchor. Anchor is like the number one thing you want, I feel like, in the mulligans, just because you want the Risky Skipper in the mulligan and you also want the Sword Eater. So if you get the Anchor, you're able to thin your deck looking for things that you really need. So Anchor, definitely 100% keep. A lot of the time you're just wanting card draw, so you keep Battle Rage, so you can do Risky Skipper, Battle Rage, like huge draw turns. By that logic, you also want to go for the Stage Dive to draw the Kargath and keep drawing cards, thinning the deck out. You do also want to just keep Sword Eater every time. It's an amazing card, good against aggro, and it's also decent at like punching some damage to slower decks as well. Risky Skipper is always a keep because your huge armor turns to get to the OTK are always done with Risky Skipper and Armorsmith. So you're often going to go Risky Skipper, Armorsmith, copy the Armorsmith with the Mercenary, gaining as much armor as you possibly can. Kargath is also a keep. Having the Prime in the late game sometimes really gets you that extra armor, so you're able to actually do the full OTK. Orange mentioned that Barov is usually a keep with another good card. So if you've got Barov, Risky Skipper, or maybe Barov, Bladestorm, you can kind of keep that as a combination. And you probably want to be keeping Barov against Druids, just because it's really good against Token Druid and even Guardian Druid too. Another combination of cards that you could consider keeping is if you already have like Sword Eater and Anchor, you might want to keep the Cutting Class, especially against a slower matchup. Like if I was expecting something ridiculously fast, I probably wouldn't keep the Cutting Class in conjunction with the weapons, but against anything slower, like I said, you're just trying to get through the deck. You know, your card draw is king here. So definitely keeping cutting class in slower matchups, I think, is good. Against warrior, you keep Silas and Rattlegore. You never know if they're going to drop their Rattlegore, and you might just want to yoink it. And getting Rattlegore down against them, being the first person to do it, can sometimes just win you the game. Another combination of cards, basically, if you're against a stealth rogue, which is, it's the deck's best matchup, by the way, and you've got Risky Skipper. Like, Risky Skipper you would be keeping anyway, obviously, because it's so good to, like, clean up the 1 health stealth minions. But I would also keep Armorsmith. So I probably wouldn't keep Armorsmith on its own, but like that, considering that's basically the win condition against that fast deck, I would keep those two. So now moving on to some replacement cards. One thing you'll notice is that the Evil Quartermaster is not in the deck. And that is because it's a bit hard to combo the Evil Quartermaster with the Risky Skipper turns. And the power of the deck really does come from those Risky Skipper turns, whether it's like trying to get a Battle Rage off or trying to get a whole bunch of armor with the Armorsmith. So the Quartermaster was not included in the main deck, but if for whatever reason you didn't have another card, I feel like this is still a pretty reasonable replacement. It gives you a Lackey, which you could combo with Risky Skipper, and it's obviously gaining you armor. So doesn't make it in the main, but I don't see why you can't have this in there. Another card that you can consider putting in for something else is the Corsair Cache. Orange actually mentioned that he considered cutting a Bladestorm for the cache, even though there's only one weapon, because getting the anchor in the early game is just so crucial because it tutors for some really important things for the overall strategy. So you could put a cache in there as well. The things that are not replaceable are, you know, obviously the combo pieces, the Silas, the Ash Tongue, and Rattlegore. You can't replace Rattlegore. Risky Skippers, you know, they're Armorsmiths. They're definitely like some things, the Mercenary, like you need all of those things for sure, and probably the Blade Fist. I think you could probably get away without having the Zephrys in there. Orange did mention on his Twitter that he thought Zephrys was core to the deck, but I will say that we've seen Silas OTK Warrior that's not this list without Zephrys, so I still think you can probably play the deck without him. I just want to say this too, guys, make sure you're not crafting anything right now, because the new expansion is going to be announced today, because this is going to go live on Friday of the BlizzCon online. So the new expansion's getting announced, rotation's happening, Zephrys is leaving. A lot of cards are getting out of standard, and there's going to be a completely new system with the core set. So just make sure you're not crafting anything. Moving on to some quick tips for the deck. Don't play Armor Vendor for tempo. If you can, like if you're against something really aggressive and you need to, so be it. But the Armor Vendor is really good for comboing with the Risky Skipper turns. So this isn't necessarily like I just keep it turn 1, play it turn 1. Like, I would save this if you can for these turns. Another tip is if you are running into a ton of priests, don't play this deck. I actually considered not making this video because I was tilted. I had like a really good run because I was running into rogues and paladins and token druids, and I was on a really good win streak, and then I just went on a huge loss streak with the deck because I was running into so many priests. Priest just seems to be gaining a lot of popularity in the last few days, at least for me. And the reason why it's really bad is because they have Mindrender Elucia. You know, they wait for that turn that you've had a huge battle rage off. They Elucia, they steal your combo, or they play your shield slams, you know, so you just can't do the OTK. And then your other win condition against the priest would be the Rattlegore, right? So, and they have Plague of Death and other, you know, various ways to generate random things to answer the Rattlegore. So really bad against Priest unless they get really unlucky and they don't get the Elucia by the time that you get the OTK. But let's be real, they always have the Elucia. So I think that's a nice segue into discussing the matchups. You should really be beating most like token and burn and aggro decks, right? Your control warrior, you've got tons of ways to clear the board and gain armor. So things like token druid, burn mage, zoo warlock, totem shaman, aggro demon hunter, these should be reasonably easy matchups for you. I said this earlier, but stealth rogue is actually the best matchup for this deck, so you should be beating them unless you don't get your Risky Skippers and your Armorsmiths, which has happened to me before, but you should be beating them most of the time. Weapon rogue is a little bit harder. I would say that's about 50-50. Like, you can certainly be beating them, but if the weapon rogue just gets the absolute nuts and you don't get your Risky Skipper Armorsmith, you can be in trouble. You should do reasonably well against Libram Paladin too. I will say one thing about the Libram Paladin matchup is that it's kind of tough. Like, they're long games. You're playing this control deck, and Libram Paladin, like, it's a grindy matchup, and I do think you can like the OTK, they don't have any way to disrupt your OTK, and they also don't have a great way to answer Rattlegore. So they might be long games, but you should ultimately be beating the Libram Paladin in the end if you're playing it to optimal ability. According to hsreplay.net, the old version of this list, the worst matchup was Ramp Paladin. I've had some success against Ramp Paladin, so I think maybe the Zephyrus list might be a little bit better against Ramp Paladin, but I could see it going either way. It might still be a little unfavored. OTK Demon Hunter, you should be slightly favored, but they can just get you if they get to their combo first, so just try to out OTK them, get your combo pieces, or maybe try to slap like a 12-12 Deathwing or Rattlegore down and smack him in the face. Soul Demon Hunter should also be a favorable matchup as well, because even if they heal a whole bunch with their lifesteal weapon, you can still Silas OTK them. So moving into the bad matchup, I already talked about Priest. Don't play this deck if you're hitting a bunch of Priests, and you'll thank me later. Other unfavorable matchups include Guardian Druid, Survival Druid. That one can definitely be tricky, and Secret Mage can sometimes pose an issue if they get so much tempo, and it can be a little bit difficult to play around certain secrets like Counterspell. Whew, I feel like this was a long deck tech today, so if you did get through all of it, thank you so much for watching. And if you found this valuable, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Liking the video always helps me in the algorithm, so if you want to support me, I really appreciate it. And oh, new stuff. So BlizzCon Online is actually probably today, the day that you're seeing this video, as it's going live on Friday, February 19th. So Friday and Saturday, there's going to be announcements, and the new Hearthstone expansion is going to be announced. And, you know, I'm sure there will be tons of content for me to talk about and upload to YouTube, like, you know, card reviews and things like that. So stay tuned for that kind of content. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Sag. All right. Allie's sub gift is half the price of RDUs. Really? Does he make it super expensive? I kind of like, I mean, I guess maybe I just keep those two. I kind of like the Sword Eater, to be honest, though. It's 1/3 of Hafu's? Oh my god. Well, I don't know. I don't mind. I like gifting subs. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. And not that many people redeem the gifted sub. And if someone does save up 108,000 gold, you know, dragon gold to get, I don't mind. Wow, guys, it sounds like subbing to Allie is a great deal. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Should I not keep this? Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't keep that. Is there ever a world where I actually drop Armorsmith here? No, they just go bump, bump. We probably have to save the Armorsmith for a big turn, I guess. Even the VIP badge is half the price of other channels? Wow. Wow, well. Sounds like I am a generous streamer. You're in love with the Burn Tempo Mage? Good. I also really like it. I feel like I need to differentiate and play different decks for you guys, though, but I do genuinely love the Mage. Generous streamer fights inflation with her prices. Yes. We're gonna need a risky skipper this game. That's a Silas. Yeah, I guess we just do this. Alley coin is popping? Nice! I haven't actually checked it in a little while. Good to know. Hey, loser. Well, I do have the second standard tournament coming up on not this Sunday, so a week from today. We actually already have enough people signed up to fill the spots, but if you want to can sign up anyway. Like I said, it'll be random after. I mean, it's random in general, but we do really heavily weight the people who hold Alley coin. So if you like guaranteed want to play, the best way to do it is just hold Alley coin. But if you don't want to have Alley coin, then that's okay. You just gotta sign up and hope the RNG is ever in your favor. Thanks, Tommy. Okay. Well, am I gonna live? 5. Am I gonna live if I just get the anchor equipped this turn? I'd be at 15. They'd have to pull out 10 damage with 6 mana. I mean, it's definitely possible, but I feel like we just gotta risk it for the biscuit. We can attack here, we can equip this, we can armor up and hope to get there. Full armor. Pen Flinger. I feel like just gaining the 5 armor that turn, though, might not necessarily win us the game. Actually, if anything, maybe the mistake was not going for the guarantee. Like, I could have actually forgo the 3 armor and gone for, like, the guaranteed attack to make sure I get the risky skipper, not the second sword eater. I did not think about that, actually. Please give me the risky skipper. Thank you. And what do we think? Throw the second one down too, just because? Or shield block? I guess the thing about... No, probably just shield block is because if they put another, like, swing of minions down, hopefully we could attack and get the other risky skipper and put this one down. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, we're at 15. You don't wanna be high. In the Mason and wait, hold on, what did it say? What do I think about Runeterra? I think Runeterra is really underrated in my opinion. Wait, what? I'm currently on the F2K stream in the Mason and you interview. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that was fun. We did an interview together. All right. So, now here's a situation where I wouldn't mind getting the sword eater. Okay, there's the second risky skipper. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, they're not gonna kill me after this. I think I'm gonna be greedy and hold on to those. Like, that's so much. You're not gonna kill me. That's too many. What's up, Sham? How's it going? Had a lot of initial success with Burn Mage, but have hit a wall. I want to blame dead draws, but maybe I try and play more board controlling versus aggro. Any tips? I mean, sometimes you can just have a bad swing with the deck, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. I'd have to, like, know exactly where you're going wrong. You said I want to blame dead draws. I mean, but maybe I try and play more board control versus aggro. All right, so we can't use this, which is sad. Okay. Sorry, Paper Rancher's asking about, I really need to, I filmed the YouTube videos about it because I've given the spiel about it quite a few times. But I need to just have the video to be able to link it to you guys. Yes, it is a way to support me, but it's also like I'm coming up with different use cases for it. For example, like the tournament. So, if you hold a certain amount of Ally coin, you can get prioritized to get into the tournament, and then I'm also doing the prize pool in tournaments too. And then we're going to be coming up with other use cases over time. So we are not going to be able to attack with the prime, which is kind of annoying, actually. We have the Silas and the Shield Slam, but we do not have the... oh. Okay. We have enough mana, 7, 8, 9. It's been a few... days or weeks since I've done this combo, and I don't know why, but it just gives me a little bit of anxiety every time that I do it that I'm gonna mess it up. Okay, we got there. Benefit of having the risky skippers and the armor smiths and all the things. Okay, we got there. Working either way. It was 3 off. Okay, well, I guess I'm happy we didn't go for it because stealing the... I mean, honestly, we probably won because we stole all the Librams. But you had a Zephyrus. If it's another Paladin, if it's a ramp Paladin, we could potentially keep the Brawl. I feel like the armor vendor is supposed to combo with the risky skipper. Maybe we just keep a Brawl, just in case. Hope you're okay. I am okay, Jack. Thank you for asking. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, peeps. You here for the tour? Okay. Singles Awareness Day. I mean, if it's a day about love, there's lots of different love that you can share beyond just having like a significant other, you know what I mean? I posted this in my Discord, but like be a day about love with your like friends or your family, your pets, or you know, even things that you really love, like your favorite video game. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I've never really been the biggest Valentine's Day person. I don't really have anything like truly like that against it, but I've never really just cared much about it in general. So don't stress, you know? If you're single and it's Valentine's Day, like, I don't know. It's just a day. So if we get this going, at least we could cut in class next turn. Room Paladin. We are gonna go to an early dinner, yeah. Russia. Okay. Then we could cut in class. We're taking a lot of damage. There's an armor smith. Now we just need some risky skippers. Alright. We are at 16 life already. Well, I guess 18, but please do again the accent. I couldn't do it again if I tried. My accents just come out. If you ask me to do a specific accent, I won't be able to do it, but if you hang around my stream long enough, eventually you'll notice. That makes me so happy, the fact that you guys are spending some of your Valentine's Day watching my stream. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Okay, sorry, we focus here. $4.20, nice. I think we just have to draw a card. I mean, my god, this is terrible. I guess we could Barov and... No, Barov is not great. Brawl, great. You're hoping your wife has a Bob Ross wig ready for Valentine's Day. Did you throw any hints? You're like, hey, honey, I'd really like it if you wore a Bob Ross wig this Valentine's Day. You gotta throw in the hints so she knows. Risky skipper, please. God damn. Okay, we could Barov, armor up, shield slam our own Barov. Is that's the only thing that I'm seeing other than like a lucky brawl. Do try to keep yourselves alive. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this, I just want to say, but you know what? I feel like it's the... I mean, we really just need a risky skipper to maybe get back into it. What wild cards do I want back in the core set? I'd love to see control warlock cards like Defile go back into the core set. I personally miss Mountain Giant, but I don't know if they'd put Mountain Giant back, you know? The cards that got Hall of Famed, I'd have a hard time thinking that they'd really want to bring them back, but maybe. Reno, yeah, I'd love Reno. More Highlander stuff. Is it... I wonder if we go with the other armor smith or the mercenary. The thing is like saving the mercenary, we could potentially save it for a... No, let's go here.
Your flaws are your strength.
I think we use the mercenary just because if we throw this armor smith down, that we're fresh out of armor smiths, and I was the reasoning I was gonna hold on to the mercenaries because we could maybe try to win with Rattlegore, but we have another mercenary in the deck, so we might as well just like leave us the options of still having a mercenary and another armor smith if we want it. Tell Blizzard to Hall of Fame Shadow Step. Well, so they're doing away with the Hall of Fame system completely now that there's going to be a core set, which is really nice. So I agree. I feel like Shadow Step is actually a reasonable, probably a card that makes designing things problematic. So it'll, like, that's just one of the benefits of having the core set now. So if they wanted to print cards that would be really difficult or problematic with Shadow Step, now they can just, you know, not include Shadow Step. Okay. Grim Patron. That'd be interesting. It'd be really interesting to see if like certain cards that we would expect to be super great just aren't as good as they used to be. I wonder. I guess it depends on like what else is in the meta at the time. Highlander is such a fun archetype, but I don't like the little support it has in standard right now. I mean, does it really have that little of support, though? I mean, Zephyrus is pretty amazing support for Highlander. I actually don't think that Highlander Mage is really in all that bad of a spot. Little support. I feel like, if anything, this is the most support that Highlander's ever had. I mean, I will say that the original Reno Jackson, like, obviously that's, like, huge, you know, but... Is there ever a world where I just, like, give him the Ash Tongue right now and steal that? No, probably not. Because I could steal that 2/4. This has a Libram on it. That's probably not the best way to win this. I don't know, I could regret that. There's probably better thing, like, I don't know. It's like this game could be another long one, you know? I feel like maybe just hastily using our Silas Darkmoon is probably not the best. I don't know. Would I rather have Reno or Kazakis or Zeph and DQA? Ooh. That's a really tough question. I mean, I guess Kazakis and Reno right now, just because I've been playing with Dragon Queen and Zeph for 2 years. I'm a fan of change. But ultimately, like, Zephyrus is really hard to beat as being, like, the best Highlander thing. I mean, I know Zephyrus can be a little high sometimes, but in general, I feel like... God, that's mighty tempting to steal too. Should we just do it? Fuck it. Fuck it. Go aggro on them. I mean, he's probably gonna put... If he buffs the Ash Tongue up, that's fine. I just want to get the 6 damage into the face, because I feel like we're trying to sort of be aggressive right now. Do it for the 8/8 Divine Shield. Well, the 8/8 Divine Shield hasn't come down yet, you know? Like, I'm gonna... Like, the reason why I did the Silas that turn is just because it was the best turn. Like, I could have tried to draw and stuff and save it for the thing, but I just, like, they don't have too many cards right now, so it's like, if... I'm just... I tried to make the best, like, tempo play that turn. I don't... Like, if I'm gonna save it for the 8/8, I might as well just try and win the normal way, you know, and save it for my actual combo. Yeah, I suppose we could have actually just hit the thing. But do we really want to waste a weapon hit if... Okay. We could get the risky skipper if we attack with this now. And yes, I guess we should have hit it last turn, but we didn't know we were going to top deck this. Is it worth getting the risky skipper? I guess so. Oh, it has lifesteal. God damn it. Still gonna leave it alive. Okay, we shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't have done this. I got tripped up by, like, being tunnel visioned on this thing. Alright, whatever. Whatever. You just gotta somehow live in... Okay. Sure. The overlapping symbols aren't great. No, they're not. Okay. Well, Shield Slam? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Actually... Okay, so because it had, like, I'm screwed now, right? This does not work. Like, if I Shield Slam that, it will not kill, like, it does work. Hold on. Well, Lifesteal would be damage dealt. So if we're dealing, it will work? Okay. No, it doesn't? Try it? Science? Science! All right, science.
Science!
Science. That's really funny. I really didn't think... Oh my god. I really didn't think it was gonna work, but I was committed to the science, honestly.
Science!
Oh god. There's no other minions. Okay. No, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like, if it's been life-stealing damage that we've been doing to it previously, why would it not do it now? I was so confident that was lethal. No, it doesn't make sense. Like, but you know what? It was just a Shield Slam, and it was science, so that's why it's important that we did it. He was not dealing any damage, but he does, though. He's dealing damage to you based on how much he's taking. So yeah, it is still kind of doing damage. It was fun science for the day. Fun science, fun science. I mean, we just have to win with Rattlegore now. Honestly, it's probably not going to work out just because they're eventually going to get, what, Liadrin and stuff like that. Yeah, the Zephyrs is active, but I feel like the Zephyrs can only do so much. Lifesteal doesn't specify combat damage. Lifesteal is based on whatever thing has lifesteal dealing damage. And because the Ash Tongue is dealing damage to you, and if you put lifesteal on it, yes, it's going to... the lifesteal does count. You can steal the Libram. I really hate using, like, any of my cards to steal one Libram, you know? Just because, like, they play Liadrin and they get a whole bunch back. It's like, I don't like doing that. Yeah, Wind Fury go for Prime Lethal. Yeah, we're definitely gonna Prime next turn. See what happens. But like I said, totally worth the science, that's for sure. Okay, so they're at 25 right now. Actually don't have it with Zephyrus. They probably have enough to kill with the Pen Flinger here. Okay. 1, 2. Dude, we just need Rattlegore. Come on. What is the best thing to do here? Like, there's Zephyrus and there's Natalie, and we could punch face. Or there's just, like, pop, pop, and trade. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of, I guess, if they don't get another Libram of Justice, I like this play. I mean, obviously, this will, like, we're not getting the armor from this, and it's super easy for them to answer this, but the fact that we get to maybe put another huge threat on the board. I mean, I guess the other play is to just, like, trade, gain the armor, and then put the Deathwing down. I don't think I'm too worried about the armor, though. Like, ultimately, maybe 6 cards, 4 cards. The only reason why we have a chance this game is because they just haven't gotten the Liadrin. But we also haven't gotten Rattlegore, which is, we probably would have won this game if we had gotten Rattlegore already. Shall we shield block? Yeah, I guess so. We just gotta get to the Rattlegore, right? Wow. Wow. Well, Rattlegore is gonna have to do some pretty insane stuff. Because we're not winning fatigue. Do they get the lifesteal? Let's see. Well, let's see. I think taking 15 damage is probably not a good idea. But am I always going to take a lot of damage, though? Probably. Because I feel like if I drop Deathwing now, don't they just build up another threat with all of the Yeah, I feel like it's... I think you kind of have to do this. Don't they just build up another threat? Like they have another Libram of Hope or something? Yeah, that's... I feel like if we don't get the Rattlegore down there, then we just kind of never win. But granted, the lifesteal does suck. But won't they just eventually get something to lifesteal down, though? Throw the armor vendor down and brawl next turn. Hope that we win. There's also, yeah, okay. Okay. So put the armor vendor down and brawl. Hope we win. I mean, double brawl, what does double brawl do? Copy it and then brawl. And even put this down. We go here. We copy. And we might as well put this down too and give us the best possible chance, right? I can't look. But it's like we're fatiguing and they have 34 life now. But we do have 2 Rattlegores. And another Deathwing. So you're telling me there's a chance? Time to battle rage. I think maybe that's not a great idea. Honestly, the turn that we just needed them to whiff, they top decked the Liadrin. But honestly, the whole reason why we even had a chance this game was the Liadrin. But honestly, it's my bad for probably using the SILAS. Actually, this was a long-ass game. This was the game that looked really bad for a long time. I made the SILAS play because I felt like I needed to. Okay, we go face, we Deathwing? Yo, what the fuck, dude? Your sister is so good at Overwatch. I know. She's, like, genuinely really amazing. I always talk her up, and then people, like, then they actually go check out her stream, and they're like, oh my god, you weren't kidding. Okay. Well, I think we're done. I think we're done. We could trade. Then we could smork. And then we could... Okay, there's Brawl. We win the Brawl. GG easy. Or... I mean, yeah, I still think we do this, though. Just don't look. Seems good. Anyway, my sister is Bella Boo. Yeah, you guys, if any of you, if you like FPSs or Overwatch, like, honestly, my sister's really amazing at the game. Coca4, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if there is still a chance. At least now they're starting to fatigue. So it's just a whole bunch of Librams. Okay, there's Barov. We're taking 2. My sister is 20. Yes. She's 7 years younger than me. Go raid. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Good lord. Okay. How do we win this, guys? We have to trade. Okay, we go face. We need to put the Deathwing down, but the Deathwing's just gonna kill my own stuff. Okay, we're taking 2. I mean, we could double trade. And then just put... Okay, hold on a minute. If we double trade, and then we put Deathwing down, Deathwing will still kill my other Rattlegores after that. So, but that would be 12, and then it would be 7 damage and 6 damage, so 13. It might be enough. Yeah, we gotta definitely trade this second. Or will Deathwing still die? Deathwing might still actually die, you're right. It's 12 and that's 13. Even if we... No, Deathwing was too big there to play. They've got infinite minions, yeah. We'd have to just, like, outlive... Yeah, I mean, Deathwing would have died there. And why didn't we Deathwing before? Because Deathwing still kills... Like, it could have not cleared their stuff, you know? Honestly, I don't... This is tough. I don't know. Big love from the Coca community. Thank you so much again for the raid. Hello to the Coca community. My name is Allie. Now they're down to 1 minion. Battle Rage for the win. Okay. I'm taking 3 fatigue next turn. Shit, that was a bad on my part. Oh, okay, it didn't matter. Okay, now... I'm at 10. If I go face for 14 and Deathwing hits both of my Rattlegores, then I am SOL. But if I double hit into it and then Deathwing, they'll both be that's a 6/6 and a 7/7. So that'd be 6 and 5. Yeah, like if we trade, that'll go to 6 and that'll go to 5, which is 11. And then we play Deathwing. Okay. So that's 12. Yeah, we win. Unless, I mean, because those are all Librams, right? How did we win this? I don't know. I blacked out. I have no memory of how we won this. What time is it? 2:20. Okay, he goes to, yeah. Honestly, I guess it was the Penflingers. Like, letting me kill the Penflingers. Why did he let me kill the Penflingers? This was I know this was a long ass game. This was the same game in which we took so much early damage and I used the Silas to clear the 5/7 taunt, I think. Wow. Okay. Oh, we needed the hand space to play the Liadrin. Is that why? Is that what you do, though? I don't play Libram Paladin, so I can't really remark on too much of their gameplay there. Because if the Penflingers are your way to win, though, like, I almost don't know if the hand space, like, you might not care. Allie, do you know if you're allowed to kiss on stream? I would think you can, right? I don't see why not. Truthfully, I don't know, but why would you not be able to? Alright, let's see. Against a druid, okay, Anchor's definitely a keep, and cutting class. I mean, I guess I like keeping the cutting class if I've got a weapon. I guess this is gonna cost 3, though. I don't know. If it's a token druid, I feel like that's actually a little slow. Maybe we should just do this. Eskimo kisses only. Fair. Kissing probably, yeah, suggestively, yeah. If you're like getting a little too intense with it, maybe that's TOS. I don't really know. I think token is the most popular. That's why I chucked away the cutting class. Like, even though it does combo there with the weapon, if it was something ridiculously fast, I think it'd be better to just, yeah. Do I have the aggro mage deck code? Yeah. Oh, that's the dragon aggro. I just did a YouTube video that has 3 different lists. Or you could also just go to Language Hacker's Twitter, too. If you wanted that specific one that he did really well with. The cats are still asleep. Okay, well, fortunately we have both risky skippers. Actually, yeah, the other sword eater too. Kind of sucks that we have to throw the other risky skipper down. I guess we could throw the Zeph down instead and save the other risky skipper. That's probably the play. And I suppose we hold that? Oh, God, that's kind of tough. Because we probably will want to play this next turn. Meaning we might want to attack with it. And I really don't want to not draw. It's probably right, so I'll hold. But I'll be pissed if I get the other Sword Eater. Oh, sorry, J Rabbits. You got timed out. You're just trying to be helpful. Sorry. Here, hold on. I can see what you posted, but... It's okay. Not my first radio. Yeah, I figured. Alright, we'll do this. And it does kind of suck that we kill our own things if we play the Sword Eater. This might be wrong. I don't know. I guess I kind of want to... Can't play minion now or you'll get ordered. What did I... Sorry, I just like autopiloted. I don't even know what I did. Oh, I hit the 3-2? Is that what they were mad about? Honestly, I kind of like them either using their hero power or a whole card to answer the risky skipper. I think drawing was fine. I think. So we did see 2 Fungal Fortunes and a Glowfly Swarm. Don't have any of the Armor Smiths yet. Have I ever tried Highlander Demon Hunter? You know, that is one archetype that I don't think I've ever tried, but I've been interested in trying. So there's a max of 3 health. We could go Risky Skipper, Kargath. I mean, I guess I could just bear off Risky Skipper. It's actually slightly awkward on the mana. Maybe I don't have to... Maybe I don't have to use the bear off this turn. Call me crazy. Maybe that's a little crazy. Maybe that's a little crazy. Is it though? Is it really? Like it was awkward. Like if we had 8 mana, I would have maybe gone Barov, Risky Skipper, Kargath. We couldn't do that. And I didn't want to use the Bloodsworn Mercenary. It's fine. So we could go Barov, then Risky Skipper. And I'd have to play 2 things? Hold on, I'd have to go Barov, Risky... Or I could go Barov, Risky, that's 4. What if I just Deathwing? Let him have the 2/2s? I don't think he's gonna kill me from 30. I think it might just be trade Deathwing. Like doing a Barov play, there might have been a good play, but I just felt like I did not have enough time to think through the perfect play. Like if I had gone Barov, I mean like there's always Risky Skipper Barov, but then you have to deal with the 2/2. So you'd have to do the Barov first, then the Risky, then pop them, and then you'd have to deal 3 damage with minions after playing the Risky Skipper. So I just don't think that was enough mana or minions to even accomplish that goal. Lord Will Thompson. I had a nice Valentine's Day. I did a short stream, but it was a fun stream. It was a good Sunday stream. And then I went to a restaurant for the first time since November. So that was cool. And then I watched we watched a Harry Potter Part 1 and Part 2. Or Deathly Hallows, that's what I meant to say. So, yeah, it was a nice Valentine's Day. We finally finished. We started watching Sorcerer's Stone in October of 2019, Halloween.
X1000.
Ace, Barov, Risky Skipper. Brawl works. Brawl works because we can clean up with this afterwards. Cold Bath, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you. And then you worked on your merch. I worked on my merch yesterday. When did I go to sleep? I actually stayed up late the previous night, but I knocked myself out with some moon milk yesterday, but I did work on merch yesterday, yeah. Would you play Barov then Risky Skipper or Risky then Barov? I would have tried to keep the Risky and the Barov alive, so I would have done Barov first. Moon milk, yes. Moon milk is comprised of melatonin, ashwagandha, chamomile. I don't know. You know Vital Proteins. You know Vital Proteins that they make a moon milk. So it's like the blueberry flavored moon milk. It knocks me out. Melatonin gives you effed up dreams. Melatonin is... yeah. I don't know. I definitely needed to fall asleep sometimes, but...